Greetings. I just need to get started. So I can continue the other stuff that I was doing.
It's late, but I'm about to prepare for tomorrow's broadcast. I won't go to bed, nor will I take off my headgear.
All right. Loose. Blue logs. Unlocked. Okay, this already looks different. I'm glad they're continuing with actually having different things. Is my mic okay? Creative differences. Devastation office.
I'm sorry.
Director, but I simply cannot agree with you. Ratings and buzz are absolutely not what should decide whether a story is good or bad. I believe the media's duty is to reveal the truth to the public. They have the right to know what's really happening in this world. I don't understand why you refuse to greenlight Head Onion as a feature news program. It's worth more than those Hollywood tabloid stories, at the very least. The director, worth more, suited man, sat in his office chair, holding the proposal the reporter had just submitted. Miss Onion, am I to understand that you believe these topics are more compelling to the public than celebrity gossips?
For example,
Take this for instance, vanishing in the rain. Farmers warned of the sky thief. Kansas farmland struck by spiral code. Force of nature or an invaders conspiracy. Wait. Soviets claim capture of anti-gravity particle. Washington in the dark. Contact already made with an unknown civilization. Stories like this are like my grandmother's apple pie. Her palate's gone. She can't judge the heat right anymore. And what she ends up serving is usually a lump of apple flavored coal. Perhaps her grandmother needs a more detailed recipe. A lot of recipes on the market these days don't actually write down the real trick. Cooks are afraid someone will steal their livelihood, so they always leave the key steps out. That's something a restaurant industry interviewee told me himself. One small change in the formula, one slight difference in the steps, and the result can turn out completely different. That's exactly why we need the truth. Sir, pursuing the truth is the core mission of Head Onion. It will be a documentary program, one that exposes every lie and hands the public back the truth. I'm confident that once your grandmother has a real recipe in hand, she can become a genuine master chef. And when that day comes, I can put together a feature just for her to air on Head Onion. A plan that benefits everyone. What do you say? Sometimes I really want to rip that newspaper off your head and see if it's stuffed full of water. Of course not, director. That would be a basic factual error. Newspaper can't hold water. If you're looking for something to hold water, there are much better options. A glass tank, ceramic bowl. Director, was that sarcasm? Miss Onion, it seems your social skills aren't quite as hopeless as I thought. Honestly, I don't see a single selling point in this pitch. I've already decided to give the upcoming slot to Nancy Hensley. Nancy Hensley's Hollywood Nightlife. Go take a look at how she does it. Dude, we just got started. Started in 10:15. Clear subject matter, a strong hook, ratings on the same genre that are nothing short of impressive, and most importantly, the audience actually wants to watch it. That's the kind of program we need. New York, Manhattan. If all a program is chasing up its bus, that's easy. Celebrity scandals, political scandals, shootings, those are all popular topics. But the real question right now is that the program I want to make? Head Onion isn't that kind of program, so the answer is no.
Hello.
Would you have a moment for an interview? What kind of interview? It's our new program, Sidewalk Interviews. We chat with interesting passerby about current events. Wonderful, a brand new program. So, what would you like me to do? No need to be so tense, miss. We're just having a chat, nothing more. Like right now. For instance, we're rather curious why someone would wrap her head in newspaper. Compared to the truth itself, people tend to enjoy the process of uncovering it more. So to more make more people see it, if you have to wrap it up first. An interesting relativity. So then, with your head covered in newspaper, how do you manage to drink your coffee? Sir, the coffee isn't the point. What I'm saying is the death of truth. That's an issue worth taking seriously. Besides, I can use a straw. That way, the coffee won't get the newspaper wet. How do you usually eat lunch then? A straw won't help you there. Sir, are this really the only questions you're interested in? What I had for lunch, what sports is trend lately, the makeup on some starlet's face. As a journalist, you have the right to ask questions, and yet you spend every single one of them on things that don't matter at all. Miss, I do admire your devotion to the truth.
But
That's not what the audience wants to see. Sidewalk Interviews is an entertainment program. Viewers don't care about the truth, they just want something amusing to take the edge off a tiring day. As long as your headwear is eye-catching enough, nobody cares whether what's underneath is the truth or an onion. You should start asking that question if when the second half of 3.9 actually releases, we don't even have it yet. Don't even have Nurses Assist trailer yet. Stage 2, Stage 2, Stage 4, Stage 3, Stage 3, Stage 4, Stage 4. The methane theory. Still New York Manhattan. He wasn't wrong.
I'm sorry.
To be honest, I think this is an extremely boring program. Sidewalk Interviews is far too fragmented a concept. There's nothing in worth in it worth digging into. But it only makes me admire you more. The fact that you managed to get a program this boring greenlit, it's unbelievable. That's a remarkable feat. You don't know? What station executives care about could it be simpler? Exposure, sponsors, boss, businessmen chase profit in this line of work. Each equals money. Nobody has a problem with money. As long as you can nail down a subject the public cares about, everything else falls into place. So what you're saying is, I need to find a ready-made UFO, a whole colony of fire people, or catch a crop circle in the act of forming. That would be sensational.
No.
I wouldn't recommend it. The age of unsolved mysteries is over. The millennium is almost here. We should be embracing new subjects. Besides, given how hard those stories are to verify, don't you think Hollywood stars are a lot more approachable? At the very least, they won't drag you into a UFO for some horrifying human
Oh,
What is that?
Oh dear.
It's a visitation. Good God, big news just landed on our laps. Cameraman, get that lens on the UFO. Close up. I want a tight close up. The sky thief has appeared. I knew I shouldn't have let anything shake my faith in Head Onion's premise. Crucial clue needs to be collected. Get loose. Wait a minute. I need to get this. Mm, mm, mm. To uncover the truth and choose information records that are closer to the truth. Unidentified flying object. Unidentified flying object has appeared over the city. Its purpose for coming to Earth remains unknown for now. The sky thief has reappeared over the city, but upon noticing it was being photographed, it abandoned whatever it was doing and left in a hurry. And this is what's happening. New York State, Finger Lakes region. Time last sighted 4:32 in the afternoon. Location last sighted. Fine. Location last sight. Last seen. An unidentified field. We're looking at a Holstein cow. Not long ago, it witnessed quite the spectacle. I still don't know what purpose this flying object had in coming to Earth. Get loose. What do I want? I don't even know what I want. Holstein cow. There's a particular breed of cow in the fields. What sets this apart from other breeds is that it makes a doo-doo-bell-boo sound. There's a peculiar breed of cow out in the fields. What sets it apart from the other breeds is that it can efficiently produce methane in order to thicken the atmosphere and conceal the traces of surface life. What do I mean, I tend to pick the methane, the one with the methane because of the thing. I don't know what is even gonna be different. Just pick this. I can pick a different one later. Why are you? How many portrait of 37 do you even want to get? If it's just one, why pull now? 37 will have a Euphoria. She will be on the Euphoria banner. Anybody pulling for 37 now is interesting. P3 isn't P3 the best? I mean right now. And P3 is the best when it released. That's some trust you have for for it. What did I just hear? A cow articulating onomatopoeia. These syllables don't belong to any known kind of moo. Get a message.
Tudo bem.
Dude.
Tudo bem.
I need to extract that sound, that voice line. Let's find it. In an instant, some connection seemed to fire in her mind, and the reporter was certain she just touched the threshold of the truth.
I get it!
This is what methane does. I guess I picked right on picking methane there. Scientifically speaking, methane is a potent greenhouse gas. 100-year timescale, its global warming potential is roughly 28 times that of carbon dioxide. Cows produce methane as a byproduct of digestion, which is which would always taken to be an entirely ordinary physiological reaction. Dead wrong.
The truth is...
This is a remarkably forward-thinking defense mechanism. Cow produced methane to trigger a greenhouse effect, thickening the atmosphere, which conceals the activity of surface life to a tremendous degree, and thereby shake off the threat posed by unknown flying objects, or even an invasion. This is going to be a fantastic feature. What a story. It just needs a headline eye-catching enough.
Tudo bem. Tudo bem.
In a row.
Tudo bem.
It's animated. I've got plenty of photos now. Surely enough to make the director agree to my proposal. Soon, Head Onion is going to be on TV. The film had run out days ago. Caught up with the euphoria of uncovering a lead she hadn't noticed in time. Damn it. Stage 3, stage 3, 2 on stage 3. And there's 6 parts. Against the tide. So, ma'am, you're certain just now? So you're certain you just saw that UFO, correct?
Of course.
You mean the flying saucer just now? Honestly, it shows up around here pretty often. Everyone thought it was novelty at first, but it comes around so many times that since that nobody finds it strange anymore. Are you saying this unknown flying object here with appears here with quite some frequency? Ma'am, why haven't you tried tipping off a newspaper or a news station? I think they'd be delighted to hear about something this bizarre. Tip them off? I don't have time to answer any more of your questions, Miss Newspaper Head. That saucer leaves a mess every single time. Last time it took a cow, this time it flattened the wheat. Even for an alien, it got lousy manners.
Now,
Somebody makes a mess, somebody else has to clean it up. I need to go check on the wheat now. If there is nothing else, I'd suggest you head back soon. The countryside isn't as safe as you see the folks seem to think, especially with you out here alone. Wait. Ma'am, would you be willing to be interviewed for a feature story? All you need to do is talk about the unknown flying object, and I'll pay you for your time. I promise it won't take up much of your time.
okay.
Don't keep me waiting too long, miss. The farm's about to get busy. Don't hold up our work. What do I have to? Actually, interview. So I guess I'm just gonna do. Flying saucers appear around here often, and the aliens have lousy manners. They flatten the wheel and have particular fondness for cows. Farmers in the area are advised to stay alert. Isn't the saucer's first appearance? It has repeatedly left behind a strange codes in the farmlands. True information they contain, that's not true. Okay, that's just. Wonderful. Then, excuse me. St. Pablo Foundation. She's seen it before in a few new scenes. I'm Agent Bob of the St. Pablo Foundation.
Calm down.
No need to be tense, ma'am. The St. Pablo Foundation is an international organization under the Pax Security Council. We act for the well-being of humankind. Are you some kind of secret agency? Ma'am, the St. Pablo Foundation is a neutral international body. We're not a secret agency and don't serve any political entity.
Here's the case.
In fact, we've taken notice of the unknown flying object that's been appearing so frequently lately. It's probably caused you all a good deal of trouble. We'll do our best to help resolve it. Take these patent stocks of it, for instance. What did you just do? You ruined my future story. That was the farmland's spiral code. Or take the missing cow for another example. Ma'am, I can't bring your cow back, but the foundation is willing to cover your losses in full. The equivalent value in dollars will be wired to your account before long. One last thing, and the main reason I'm here today, the Foundation needs you to forget everything about the unknown flying object. You never actually witnessed any supernatural phenomenon. All of this was simply some strange story you happened to read about in the newspaper. What are you doing? All of this is real. The unknown flying object, the crop circle. Head ONiON never reports on unverified news. The reporter's headline is catchy, so you read the whole article and it left something of an impression, but none of it is real. Just fake news manufactured to grab attention. That's just how reporters are. They never really care about the truth. Only about buzz. That's what you're thinking as you glance up at the sky again. Everything's normal up there. Nothing but occasional passing bird. I will not allow you to insult my reporting. Nothing beyond that, nothing else at all. Nothing beyond that, nothing else at all. No, no.
These are all falsity.
You have no idea the weight of truth carries. The truth carries. Someone as ignorant as you would never care about what actually happened. I need you to apologize right now. Over half a century ago, it was my colleagues in this profession who, through a string of investigations, exposed the dark secrets of the Chicago slaughterhouses and the frauds of the patent medicine industry. The work led to the passage of the Pure and Drug Act and prevented countless potential food and drug safety issues. Mr. Bob, the fact that you get to enjoy life, healthy food today is thanks in no small part to journalists. They were once called muckrakers, accused of fixating nothing but negative coverage. It was an ugly name, but my colleagues changed its meaning through their actions. Now the title has become a badge of honor, one that keeps us willing at every turn to hold power accountable and expose the darkness vested interests would rather look away from. My colleagues launched a muckraking movement, exposed scandals of corruption, and helped bring up about antitrust law. Power left unchecked is nothing but a beast run wild. Caging that beast is our duty. I will not allow you to disparage my profession.
I'm sorry.
I apologize, Mr. Porter. If you feel your rights were compromised at any point in this process, you're welcome to file a complaint with the Foundation anytime. I'm only carrying out my duties. Every word I use simply a means to an end. None of it was personal, so there's really no need to get this worked up. As always, the Foundation took responsibility for the supernatural incident, compensating for and restoring the Whitfield. Their work is reliable, it's just their attitude that could be used some improvement. To cover up some truth, Foundation wipes memories and alters people's perception. Uh, the broad headlight. I guess you want the truth. That's Beyond the unknown flying object, there's clearly far greater crisis in this world that we haven't seen yet. Something like a pathogen only invisible under a microscope. News officer. Job posting for a news officer on St. Pablo Foundation. This position falls under the St. Pablo Foundation's Strategic Communications Department. Follow reporting to the department head. The news officer's responsibility include the following: a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for an investigative reporter. What could make gathering leads more convenient than being right there on the inside? Field investigation.
Hold on.
The interview will be along shortly.
All right.
Top priority. Uh, Find evidence of the St. Pablo Foundation's wrongdoing. They're hiding some crucial truth from the public. We still don't know the real purpose, but there has to be a conspiracy. One, our first step should be go to the archive room, cultivate an informant. Does this even matter? Rushing to the archive room would be reckless. We should cultivate an informant as soon as possible. There must be countless people suffering under oppression here who simply lack a channel to speak out. Get out of there. Next. What level is this? Part 4? Part 4 has a lot of. Fierce arguing echoes from an office. Someone is on the phone by the distant pillar. On the rock notebook lies by the fan. Let's just go one level. Don't know if this matters or not. Bob, the department next door filed a complaint about you. Said your reports keep coming in too late. It's seriously holding up their work downstream. By rights, I should be off enjoying my paid vacation right now.
Shoot!
Besides, not even our department's job to begin with. That's not even our department's job to begin with. Matt. When is the strategic communications tech stores finally going to hire a new news officer? I don't want to keep picking up their extra work. Well, whose fault is it that you've got a master's in communications from Stanford? Right credentials, right field, Bob. Work always flows to whoever's good at it. Try not to be so capable next time. Not every corner of America has a union, you know. Mm-hmm. Cracks in the foundation. St. Pablo Foundation holds precise, rigorous hiring standards, ensuring every staff can fully apply their professional expertise with maximum efficiency. Internally, Foundation enforces high-pressure work standards with recurring issues like blurred lines of authority, severe overtime, and interdepartmental conflicts. Some staff are currently planning a strike. That's just not what happened. This is it's literally what that previous scene is. The end. There's more, right? Four. Four. Yeah, there's two more. Probably the other thing. Uh. Should I get it now? Yeah, I should get it now. SPDM?
Hold on.
What did I pick before? The second one. But now we should head to the archive room. That's where the most important information is kept in every era. Information has always been the most valuable resource. Once we can break into that base, everything will fall into place. Okay, this is the same thing now. The first one before. Someone is on the phone by the distant filler. Still no sign of the missing student from SPDM. Oh. After that incident, you already revised some of the regulations to treat the students in as lenient and humane a manner as possible. If the software approach doesn't work, we'll just have to revert to the old regulations. Madam Constantine's call was the right one. I shouldn't have questioned it. No need to worry, sir. I'll take responsibility for any fallout. Right now, the most urgent thing is finding that missing student. path. A missing student. A student has gone missing from SPDM, possibly linked to its high pressure management policies. The school administration is taking action. The foundation has become deeply involved in the missing student case at the SPDM, but things have taken an unexpected turn, and the foundation remains at loss from. Okay, I don't. Just pick that. I don't know. Which one is it? And let's do the last one. A drop notebook lies by a path. Was a notebook bound in sheepskin. It's covered reading student code of the SPDM. Oh, it's that one then, and the next one. The School of Primary Defense of Mankind, one of the institutions under St. Pablo Foundation, provides education to underage arcanists and uses specific pedagogical approach to deepen students' understanding of the arcane. Shaping a sound, controllable system of values. More than half of its graduates go to work for the foundation, most as frontline investigators. The SPDM is an institution that educates arcanists stated and with the stated mission of serving human society. SPDM isn't really a school at all, it's a prison. The SPDM, I want to answer this. The SPDM isn't really a school at all, it's a prison. Specific methods are used here to reshape students so that they are willing to accept the fate of death. But I feel like this is what they wanted to answer. This is just what she. I'll answer the other one, but I don't think it matters really. It's just what I chose. There's one more. Fish and bait. Ooh. The foundation, there are quite a few serious problems inside it. Ones that need careful handling. These leads alone are nowhere near enough to support a story. So next. Just a few faint sounds. Who's there? Company vessel. A white-haired child appeared before her. Your the white-haired child, some kind of mechanical structure embedded where his eyes should be, gazed at her quietly. A foundation, a child, a school, a newslead. Every clue linked together in her mind, piecing together a shape of the story. You're a student of the SPDM? Such a young child. He widened his eyes slightly. A student? His voice sounded far too old for a child.
No surprise.
This wicked foundation is plotting a conspiracy without precedent. Not only misleading the public, but persecuting defenseless students just like you. Other one is sinister and unforgivable. Don't worry, I'll find a way to help you. Exposing false pretenses is exactly what few reporters are here for. Quote unquote student. The quote student before her broke into a faint smile. The thing is, those reactions are expected because that's exactly the reactions of in-universe characters would have. Miss, if everyone were as brave as you, this world would turn out just fine. I've been fishing here actually. Want to join me? Fishing? Hmm? The foundation always has me doing so many things. I only get a little time to fish each day. I hear the fish here is cunning. They always find some clever way to eat the bait and leave the hook there. Landing a fish like that, don't you think that would feel like quite the accomplishment? I don't like fishing. Then what do you like? I like real news. Is that so? You might not find what you're looking for here, miss. Look, this pond is small enough that you can take in the whole of it in a single glance. To make the pond look nicer, the caretaker keeps a few local fish species in it. The herring, striped bass, and so on. Runs on the latest temperature control system, so they'll never feel a moment of discomfort. And the caretaker feeds them on a set schedule every day. Compared to a wild environment full of hidden danger, there's nothing here that could ever threaten them. The fish live perfectly well in this pond, miss. The truth you're looking for isn't here. The student's testimony. Students at the SPDM generally lead busy lives, but still find little time for their hobbies. They feel that there's is full of order. Life there is full of order and security. The students of the SPDM are still young and defenseless, yet they're forced to do a great deal for the foundation every single day. You know what? I'm just gonna pick that. No, forgive my bluntness, but you're not qualified to answer that question.
The truth is,
In news, the truth in news can't be judged by any single individual. That only leads to subjective bias. Passing value judgment on things is the audience's job to do. In our world, a lot of people like to call whatever serves their own interest the truth. They all believe that whatever they see from their own position is the truth. And as a professional reporter, I won't make that mistake. What I need to do is simply report the truth, ideally as a feature program. It's just, have you run into some kind of trouble? The station director won't sign off on the concept behind Head Onion. Why not? Because he'd rather focus on Hollywood starlets. So he just can't appreciate fascinating things like unknown flying objects or crop circles, let alone recognize the huge news potential in them. I'm really looking forward to seeing Head Onion air on TV. I think it's a really interesting program. Once I have the program of my own, I have a voice that carries the weight, I can solve a lot of problems with it. This will definitely help students just like you escape this wicked foundation.
I'm sorry.
But I don't have any enough evidence in hand just yet. Time isn't right. It still needs waiting and further investigation. Is that so? I look forward to that day. I can't say much longer. This is a confidential operation. Please don't tell anyone. Remember what I agreed. Of course. Constantine. Any new developments? Constantine? A suspicious individual got into the Foundation building. I need to make sure you're safe. I'm fine. The fish here have gotten craftier. Did you turn up? Nothing at all? Every procedure was lawful and above board without a single flaw. The funds vanished somewhere in the layers of transfers. There isn't something one person alone could pull off. It was an organized effort. The head of the New York office is heavily suspected. Even if he wasn't the one directing it, he should have known about it. They've already secured a few cooperating witnesses, but finding breakthrough evidence still isn't going to, is still going to take some time. Doesn't seem like staying here any longer will turn up to turn up much more. Let's go. This trip's already run long enough. Should we take some action regarding that intruder from earlier? I've already pulled her file, a young investigative reporter. Her purpose in breaking into the Foundation is still unclear. Someone like that could cause our work some real trouble, especially given that she's already seen you. Security just apprehended her. I recommend we revive her memory. We need to avoid any negative press about the Foundation. The only thing a ban ever accomplishes is making people more curious about whatever's forbidden. That's not what we're after. Let her go. Understood. I'll have the head of the New York office tighten building security, then release the reporter. I'm starting to miss the south bank of the Thames. Use evaluation. A? What's the best one? So the overall rating A. The only one that I feel like I would get wrong is I think this.
Hold on.
Let's see. This is the one that I'm not sure. Yes. That's the only one that I'm not sure about. S- Using captivating events. There are frequent cases of memory loss raise questions. Is the foundations a guardian or harmless? Onion's home. That wasn't a pleasant memory, but at least it all worked out fine in the end. Next, I need to write the story up about the crop circle, the unknown flying object, and the inside story of the foundation. But the only thing left she could actually report was that the cows produced methane to reinforce the atmosphere's defenses. She should bet the director wouldn't go for that one unless the cow could become an overnight celebrity. As for the rest, hello, this is Onion. Onion, grab your head onion parcel and get to my office right now. I need to talk to you. Proposal's been approved. Could you say that again, Director? We've just received a sponsorship from the Simpavo Foundation. They specifically asked to sponsor the Onion's broadcast. St. Pablo Foundation? They offered quite a considerable sum, hard to turn down. We just wrapped up the relevant meeting, and I regret to inform you, Miss Onion. Your head onion has been officially greenlit.
But
However, for the sake of the station's reputation, we can only classify it as an entertainment program. If you can accept that, I'll accept, Director. As long as it lets Head Onion get on air, I'll accept anything.
hmm?
Really? Given how much you despise entertainment programs, I thought you'd turn it down. Director, of course I don't like entertainment programs, but there's something more important right now than my personal preferences. I need enough reach to make the audience understand what's actually happening in this world. An unknown creature's invasion, a vanished cow, the truth about the greenhouse effect, and the children at the foundation. They need some help, someone to help give them a voice. But why would the foundation sponsor Head Onion? I'm curious about that myself. Why would anyone take interest in this program? Hush money. I understand now, Director. The foundation doesn't want me telling the truth, so they simply sponsored Head Onion instead. That way they can control the program's content to a much greater degree. As far as I know, the Sid Paulo Foundation hasn't made any special demands about the program's content. They actually admire your take on the unknown flying object. That's exactly the part I can't make sense of. They're they're far more dangerous than I imagined. My only mission is to bring the truth before the audience. I'd rather no one misread it, but as long as there's a chance I have to take it, I have no other choice. I trust the audience judgment. Of course, they can tell what's real from what isn't. So that's all. And congratulations, Miss Onion. Pleasure doing business.
Welcome to Head Onion.
Pleasure doing business, Director. I'm sure we'll have Head Onion in front of viewers before long. I don't think there's any different endings there aside from this being different, of course. They're reusing that. That's from 2.1. But the format being very different from the usual, that's what I want. Glad they kept doing it instead of going back to what it was pre 3.8. That's nice and short.
Head Onion will present to you the latest news for tonight. The U.S. Congress plans to impose restrictions on TV exercise programs outside working hours due to the recent sightings of the Capitol going hiking at midnight.
Alright, I should end the stream so I can Continue editing some stuff. I'll see you on either Narcissus story or yeah, the live stream for 4.0. Yeah.